Hey everybody, it's Rob from Flailthroughs. This is Gundam Battle Operation 2, and this is a guest video from Heavy Arms, aka Ford, aka Silver Lightning. And he is in a Char-colored Hyaku Shiki, which, for one thing, that looks really good, and for another, it's heavy, so we are probably about to see some wonders. Heavy is far and away one of the best players I know, and I know a good group of players, so yeah, I'm pretty sure this is going to be solid. He's already landed a couple of shots. See, there's a okay, that 7th Gundam managed to pluck him out of the air as he was about to melee. As you can see, its Beam Saber didn't really do much to him. It doesn't have a lot of melee strength. He's got type advantage, so even with the Hyaku Shiki's low melee defense, he really did not take a lot of damage. I don't know what his part specs are like either. He may have tried to close that melee defense gap a little bit. Good use of the downswing, which is a slash and a kick, which worked. Let's see. Good solid combo there on that 7th again. Managed to get out of the way of that tackle after landing half the downswing on that 7th Gundam a second time. Yeah, he's taken some hits now, but yeah, so far this is really great. And he's been fighting 2-on-1s, 4-on-1s, etc. just this whole time. Finally got killed, but yeah, he has done a lot of damage to just about everybody, so that's definitely a good start. They've got two 7th Gundams, it looks like, and that's a little scary. Those things, of course, are basically, they're more or less the G4 as a support, with an even bigger, more scary long-range gun that takes even longer to charge, so they can be nasty. They are supports, though, so he has type advantage. He just has to get close enough to use it. Number 4's in a Rick DS and is way off by themselves, but that is not, of course, anybody's problem at the moment. See, that 7th is almost dead. And let's see, support fire's coming down. Got the GP that was plaguing him a little bit. And, yep, Vulcan kill there. Yeah, it had to have no hit points because the Hyaku Shiki's Vulcans are not anything really to speak of. Good targeting there, turning the camera as he swings to make sure that he hits with as much of that as possible. And a good long-range shot on that other 7th Gundam. Actually managed to tag with the birdlime from that range, which I didn't even know you could do. Hit the shield, but still, again, it connected, which is pretty amazing. That Shiki was dead before Heavy could fire on it. But now it's time for Vulcan chase. 70 to 90 damage depending on where he hits that 7th Gundam, which, not the world. Again, Hyaku Shiki's Vulcans are surprisingly weak, which is kind of a shame because everything else on it is so good. Well, I guess it had to have a weak spot somewhere, and that weak spot is that. There's a 7th Gundam, which is foolishly charging in against Heavy on its own. It has short-range attack options, but they're not very good. You do not want to be fighting a raid by yourself in that thing ever. Or if so, you want to be doing it with your beam cannon from 1,000 miles away. Because even half of what that beam cannon can do against with the Hyaku Shiki's heavy-duty beam defense would be pretty significant. Because yeah, Hyaku Shiki's beam defense starts at 40. The maximum defense the game will allow is 50%. So you need a level, I think, 3 or 4 defense part to, I think it's level 3, to max out the Shiki's beam defense. With type advantage, type disadvantage against a 7th Gundam, that means you're not going to take much of the, potential damage of that gun at all, but it's a lot of potential damage, so you're still going to feel it. As it is, though, none of the 7ths have really tried to set up that gun. None of them are trying to fire it. And this 7th Gundam is also about to have a bad time. Okay, they didn't get to capture the waypoint. Used their tackle. Oh, there's 2 people here. That's interesting. Is it 2 7th Gundams? Because if so, that is pretty much just a okay, it's a GPO-2. That is GPO-2 beam bazooka, so that is a neutral thing for Heavy. And, okay, somebody tagged him from across the map, or else he'd have had the GPO-2. But he's got help here as well, so that's good. Good use of the slight travel on that downswing. Managed to tag it with the corner of it again and kill that 7th. Looks like he may have gotten the GPO2 as well. I'm not sure. Okay, they have at least 3 7th Gundams. Man, that is very unfortunate for them to be fighting heavy with that kind of team comp. But yeah, because they are all vulnerable to his Hyaku Shiki, and Hyaku Shiki, it is incredibly mobile, especially now that it has the double dodge roll it should always have had. So yeah, it can do so much. And yep, and there's another downswing, 5,000 damage on that single downswing. That is what we're looking at with Hyaku Shiki. It is terrifying sometimes, especially if you're a raid, because yeah, that person is nearly dead, and he has managed to miss so many attacks, and all of their attacks are beam attacks, which means, yeah, the two of them there really had to work at fighting heavy to pull this off, because yeah, that was some really great fighting against multiple enemies, which is, even with type advantage, is really hard to do. So yeah, this is going well. They're down a little bit, but if that bomb goes off, and it sure looks like it's going to, they're in a good position. Let's see what's about to happen. Yep, Heavy's planning it there, because if they get out of their mobile suits to go defuse the bomb, he gets some free points. And everybody likes free points. And it is time to get back into this marvelous Hyaku Shiki and see what can be done. Well, there's 2 things on him, and it is... Okay, he got at least 2 of them with that support fire, I do believe. And there's another. And yeah, this is just great. And let's see. It looks like they're going to try and plant the bomb again. They have just enough time to do it if they hurry. So it takes 10 seconds to plant the bomb. It takes 10 seconds to defuse the bomb. So there is just enough time for the bomb to go off if they get it planted now. Or they're back in their mobile suit and decided it wasn't worth it, which, as close as this is, and with Heavy still out there finding 7th Gundams to fight, they've got this. It's just going to take time. Oh, they had a Hyaku Shiki too. That is the first time I have seen it this entire match. So it's a GPO2, 3 7th Gundams, and a Hyaku Shiki that they're fighting. Which, not a good matchup for them, to be sure, because they've got 3 generals, so anything that isn't weak to Heavy is weak to everybody else. So that's kind of a thing. And let's see, another 7th Gundam down there. It is, let's see, yep. Good side swing, caught it. The tackle didn't take, the damage was done. Their melee got tackled, though, and somebody's about to come in, I think, and probably try and help them. Yep, it's the enemy Hyaku Shiki, which is actually, out of the entire enemy team, probably one of the most dangerous things to Heavy, because as I mentioned, Hyaku Shiki does not have a lot of melee defense, so a fellow melee raid, actually a danger. But yeah, that was a fantastic round, and let's see what the final stats look like, because that was just wild. Let's take a look. And yep, complete sweep. He was the most targeted. 7,000 out of 10,000 points, 12 kills, 3 deaths, and that was pretty amazing. I missed the damage number. I'm going back for that. You won't notice. 202,000 damage. Wow. Yeah, so that was a fantastic round with the Hyaku Shiki, and thank you for passing that on, Heavy. That was great. And that is going to do it for today's Gundam Battle Operation 2. We will be back soon with more, so till next time, everybody take care and have fun. Later! So, my birthday is coming up very shortly, and Angelique Damon actually gifted me something really cool. It is the Dragon Quest 30th Anniversary art book that was put out in English recently. Well, by recently I mean about 2 years ago. But it is just a gorgeous book. For one thing, it's just about every piece of art that Akira Toriyama ever did for Dragon Quest over 30 years. And it's on really good high quality paper. I have not seen an art book with this quality of clay coat paper in a long, long time. And yeah, that is just a really nice book, and from what I saw on Amazon, it is going for just dirt cheap. So if you are a fan of Toriyama or Dragon Quest or both, it is absolutely worth picking up. It is just a wonderful book.